I've trained calisthenics for 10 years. I've solely focused on strength. But what's on the other side? What can we learn from endurance? This is my journey to running a 70-kilometer ultramarathon in Japan. Okie dokie, boys and girls, it is day 19 of calisthenics endurance, and well, today we have a voiceover because my microphone decided to fuck up again. But anyway, when it comes to today's workout, there were 3 parts. The first one was running, and then the second one was a leg day, and also a calisthenics endurance workout. So quite a busy day today, and it was a bit vice versa compared to normal because running was more of like a strength workout, and then the calisthenics workout, especially the push-up one, of course, that was endurance. So usually calisthenics is like the strength stuff, and then running is endurance, but this time I approached it differently. And when I say strength for running, I don't only mean the leg day that's coming up, I also mean the running itself, because I did some intervals, 8 sets of 1 minute fast running, and then, back off 1 minute with slow running. So basically that's the rest time. But this fast running, what I try to focus on is not to, put power, like as much power into every stride as possible and go as fast as possible, but rather to, have my body make smooth movements, if you get what I'm saying. So I basically try to run as fast as possible to the point that I'm still able to run smoothly and do the movements smoothly and like kind of get into this flow state, which at the moment, at the end, like set number 8, that's when you feel best. That's when you are, when you get the movement down. I was going about 15 kilometers an hour or 4 minutes a kilometer pace, which it's better than last time, but we have to get faster, But anyway, then I started, I came home, I did some clamshells for the leg workout first, and these clamshells, they look like the most boring exercise, right? And well, they are. They're boring as shit, but to me, they're very exciting because I started doing these for one single reason. I started doing them because I felt pain in my hip during the running, and when I looked up what should I do, this is what came up, and I started doing them and felt like instant relief, instant improvement in my hip. So the exercise itself is very boring, but to me it's still very exciting to PR on it and get stronger at, because I know it's directly affecting my running as well. So yeah, that's the reason I'm doing these boys. 3 sets of 10 I did, but then I moved on to some Bulgarian squats. And usually, what I've been doing in the past couple leg workouts is to do 3 sets of, well, not like sub-maximal reps. But today I felt like, I had enough volume already in my legs. So I tried something else instead. I tried to just do 1 set, but then go to the absolute limit. And my goal was 10 reps with 38 kilos, but I got to 12. So I would say that's a success. But these Bulgarian squats as well focused on the glutes, just like the clamshell. And well, basically, strong glutes equals strong running, I guess. I mean, at least it won't hurt the running, I believe. So that's why I've been focusing on my glutes lately. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the leg day. Okie dokie, so you see the push-up bars, then you know what time it is. Time for some push-up endurance, just like the Japanese guy was doing. And this Japanese guy, he's doing these push-ups quite wide. He's doing them on a decline, so he places his feet on a higher place. And then you think, well, how can you build a chest with just bodyweight push-ups? Let me tell you, this guy has a huge chest. I'll make sure to put the video link in the description. If I didn't, just leave a comment, then I'll add it afterwards. But he didn't just get his chest from doing a couple push-ups, he's doing them by the hundreds in the literal sense, because he's doing 10 sets of 100 in a regular workout, and he does that 3 times a week or something. So this guy has completed the push-up game, and basically I was inspired by him to do the same. So that's why I'm on the same journey right now to reach 10 sets of 100. At the moment, I'm doing sets of 70, and if I'm honest, today I'm fucking tired, I'm tired, I don't want to do this, but I have to, because even though running is my main goal, right, I still have a bit of a side mission, I have some side missions. I like to train skills, I like to grow in the endurance right now, and, as long as I'm able to recover, then it's fine. And so I don't want to quit right now, because I'm tired, right? You have this saying of, don't quit when you're tired, quit when you're done, and it's kind of this hard thing, but I kind of agree with it as well, you know. Does that mean that you just should just keep overtraining? No. But I think if you made a plan, you know, stick to it, execute it, and then once you're not tired anymore, once you recovered a little bit, you can, you know, look back on the training that you did and you can decide for yourself, was that training too hard? Was that training actually getting in the way of my goals or not? So right now I'm doing this training, so I'm going to complete it as well. And then afterwards, tomorrow especially, I'm gonna be able to see how tired I am from today and if I should adjust my training. So let's go. Let's do some push-ups, 70 reps. Last time I got 5 sets. Today, well, if I can even challenge number 6, that will be good. So let's go. Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Alright, so set number 3, failure. Well, that's a bit earlier than last time, but that doesn't change the fact that I still have 330 reps of push-ups left right now, because the bare minimum is 500 reps. Doesn't matter how I get there, whether it's by sets of 70 or something else. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna divide the 330 by 10, do 33 reps every set, and see if I can perhaps maintain it at an EMOM pace, although now that I say it, it does sound ambitious. Anyway, let's go. Alright, that's it for today's workout, and I am dead. These push-ups were hard. In fact, they were harder than last time because I was able to do less, right? Quite obvious. That means I wasn't fully recovered. Of course, you can have a bad day, but I don't think today was a bad day. I had enough sleep. This morning's run was fine. So it's just the fact that I was still not recovered from the push-ups last time. And then you have to have an honest conversation with yourself, like, hey, are you training the proper way, or are you just training the way your ego wants you to train? And for me, I think I might be leaning onto the second one, telling myself that I can do it even though it's a bit reckless. That's something I always do. I don't think I'm the only one with that problem, but when you realize, then it's time to take a step back. So today's training, I'm very happy that I completed it, even though I already knew I was doing too much during the training, but I want to adjust myself when I'm done with the training. I want to adjust myself when I am done with what I set out to do. So now it's just time, to see, well, I was able to push myself very hard. How can I recover even harder? Because when it comes to my training goals, running is the main goal. And even though these push-ups, right, my chest isn't going to help me running, right? But also, if my chest is tired, it's not going to affect my running directly. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, then it doesn't matter, right? You can just like push yourself all the way to the limit on your chest and then your running won't be affected. But that's not entirely the case, because there is this thing called the central nervous system in your body. And when you're training in general, no matter what training you do, the central nervous system is gonna take some hits. It's gonna get tired, and you need it everywhere. So it's gonna affect everything else in your body, in your training. So if I go all the way to my limit on the push-ups, the next day I will likely be less able, or be able to push myself less hard on the running. And even though tomorrow is a rest day, still the general principle of it hinders my recovery is true. So yeah, I guess I have no issues finding out how I can make my trainings harder, but I should adjust something, I should adjust something in my training to make the easy days even easier, to make the hard days less frequent if they are not related to running. And in the end, that will not only make gains or lead to gains for my running, but also for my push-ups, also for my skills, also for everything else. Because when you're more recovered and you're doing enough, right, then you're just going to be able to make more gains. If your body's recovered, it's growing back stronger. That's literally equal to making more gains. So that's going to be kind of the challenge going forward. I've said this a couple times already, but it's not because I say something that I already know how to do it. So it's every time I do a training, right, I will realize like, oh, I've been doing too much, right? And every time I realize that, I try to make an adjustment. And I don't know if the adjustment is going to be good, right? But I have to try it, because if I don't, I will never know if it's going to work or not. So today, I realized I was doing too much, just like a couple days ago. I'm going to try to make an adjustment, just like a couple days ago. And, well, hopefully, it's going to work, unlike a couple days ago, right? You get what I'm saying? It's just trial and error. And then eventually you hit something, you hit the spot, and you can go ahead with your training. And then eventually, after that, you're going to run into new problems and have to do the same thing over and over again. But that's called learning. Nothing bad about it. But anyway, that's it for today's training. Very happy with how it went. Strength training for the running completed. And tomorrow it will be an easy day. A very easy day. Perhaps with some handstands or other skills. I don't know, but we'll see.